Hello, everybody. Welcome.
Hi.
Welcome to the game tonight. Better late than never. Sorry, I was running behind. But I adore you all so
Happens.
much. Thank you so much for joining us today. We're gonna see if how the team does by themselves alone at night. Um, I
I
mean,
don't like the way you said by themselves. What's that supposed to mean?
isolation. Isolation. They have technically, you know, been here overnight in hell, but in buildings and structures and not really out in hellish wild. So we'll see how this goes. My name is Anne. You can find me on Dusty Wings Illustration on Instagram. Otherwise, if you like pet content, then you can find me on Ekans the BP. Why is my face so bloated? Anyway, I'm also thinking of starting a YouTube channel about pet content and maybe
Wow.
D&D advice. I don't know.
Would
We'll
you?
see.
Oh.
I kind of want to, so we'll see how that goes. Anyway, that's me. Calamity. Introduce yourself.
Hey guys, GW. What up, though? You can find me on IG and Twitter, and maybe Hive soon. I don't know. I'm waiting to hear back more information about Hive. But you can find me at GW005. That is two B's, two zeros. And I am your innocent black bunny. Hi.
Hello.
Go ahead, Tuttle.
Hi. This is Mackenzie. I go by Mascot or MSCOT on Twitch, Instagram, and Twitter. You can find me here on Mondays, but sometimes I stream on my channel. So you can come and see me do art sometimes, maybe. Who knows? Maybe I will even finish my drawings I'm supposed to be making of our crew in a time period that I don't know of. All artists on this channel, by the way.
Yes.
Let me see. So I play as Toddle. Toddle's so cute. I really like him. He's so small and so much like me. And I'm an artificer who specializes in making potions and stuff. But I can make other things too, like fixing a bike.
Giant
That wasn't one on
badass
my
flaming
2023. Yeah, that wasn't on my 2023 checklist of things I would be making in D&D, but okay, I made a bike, or fixed a bike. Right now we've been in hell for a heck a long time, but well, let's see if that changes today. Who knows? And I pass it on to the newest cohort of the channel.
That's me. Hey everyone, Chris here, longtime Fabled 42 OG. You knew me as Farland, you know me as Avaran, and you can find me on Instagram as The Real Chris S, and on Twitch and PSN as Agent Fox 5.
I'm so excited right now.
That was so cool how you just said all that. Like, did you prepare that? That was smooth.
Sir, OG,
Off the cuff.
He's been
Right.
here since the beginning.
Let me sit down.
Let me sit down. Anyway, so I love all these people. But they're okay. They're okay right now. I mean, they are in hellish. This music. I'm just gonna roll with it. They are in very. They're still in hell. They're still there. Lander is still missing. They've met up with Avaran, also lost in hell, dragged down here, similarly to when Lander was dragged down here, and Fancy. Avaran kind of went on his own survival journey all by himself, trying to get out of this building and get out of his restraints, which he did with ease. However, when he thought it was easy, it only just got a lot worse when he also had to face two wyverns all by himself. He did have a vision, though. It looks like touched by one of the ancient gods of this game, the god of Earth, did reach out to him and kind of grant him a little bit of a gift before parting ways with him, which allowed him to defeat the wyverns, both of them, all on his own. Luckily, running into Calamity and Toddle, so he wasn't stranded out in the middle of this kind of barren land. It's the three of them surviving together. After a while of going and harvesting wyvern parts and things like that, they are able to find kind of a safe cove in the middle of nowhere. They can see the city in the distance, but it's still close to 100 miles away still. So they have a ways to go. But they feel like they're prepared. Toddle is working away, trying to, you know, tinker all kinds of things, different potions, weapons, anything that can help them along their journey to survive this. And they went into the evening, Calamity and Avaran, just chatting about their journeys and sharing stories of their travels, getting to know one another, and their shared interest in the Earth God herself. So we pan back. It is getting late. In normal time, don't know what time it is in hell, but I would say it's like almost midnight. Things are starting to quiet down. Some of the regular small critter-like wildlife has gone to their dens or caves or wherever. It's a lot stiller, and there's also a gust of cold wind that is starting to pick up. Who has agreed to take first watch?
Well, you wee fellas, if you don't mind and if you trust me to do so, I will take first watch. I don't know that I could sleep after what I just went through.
Fair.
Before we bed down, can we just talk for a second? I feel like none of us can ever talk. We're always moving so fast. We barely know any of us. I barely know Toddle.
Toddle is going to be in a pose like he was about to start working on things. And due to so much exhaustion in the last like 48 hours of being in hell, he is actually asleep, just like in position like he was about to work on something. And he was like about to be working on something and literally just like plonked out.
Well, I don't know that your friend there is going to be much for conversation, Calamity, but I'm happy to chat with you.
So you're the... I thought all paladins were extinct. I thought they were all gone, but you're here. What?
Yeah.
What kind of, I guess, divine stuff can you do?
You know, I'm still learning that myself. It's something that, you know, is still new to me. I haven't even fully understood all these new divine powers that I've gotten from the god Tiago. But it's something that I'm definitely looking forward to getting to know better. Now, you said that you and your people worship Tiago, is that correct?
Yeah, I feel like worship might be a strong word, but in our own ways we did. We celebrated Tiago with feasts. It was always big feasts, and because they always had a great bounty. That was in the Lavender Plains. You know, I didn't know that not everywhere in the world had plentiful vegetables and things. And the last town that we were in, all of their apples were rotten, and everyone just said that was normal. But I guess in a weird way we had a blessing from Tiago and didn't really know it until I had to leave.
I see. Yeah, it's something I've seen in my travels, unfortunately, is there are certain parts of the world where people live in squalor and, you know, harvests are not bountiful at all. They're happy to get even just enough to get by. So you should be very grateful you grew up in such a plentiful area.
Lucky. But yeah, no, we didn't. There were some fighters that would protect the village and things, but none of them, like, had any kind of, I guess, direct power from Diago.
Is that where you get your power from?
Calamity opens his mouth, but his eyes kind of go somewhere else, and he flashes back to being in that dark place and that other herring gun that almost mirrored me, but pitch black, darker fur than mine, eyes like mine, but in a very elaborate garb of robe in silver armor. There's another flash of memory where it appears right before me, and there's a claw from his hand. It touches my forehead, and I kind of flash back. No, no, I don't think that's where my power comes from. For a long time, it was kind of. I never saw it as power. A lot of times bad things would happen around me, and I felt like it just kind of got worse over time. And but I'm good. I'm really good. No, I don't know.
Now, surely not all things that happen around you are bad. There must be some good things that happen too.
Good things. There's a flash of memory where there's a scream and there's a blood splatter on a tree. Good things. There's a memory where he's running for his life from a number of hellhounds, from a tall man in like a large hat that obscures his face. Good things. There's a flash of him being thrown into a cage and sold by a goblin.
But then there's a flash of you walking through plushy fields of orange fading into lavender, with your paw outreached, kind of brushing against the flowers and the florals as you walk through. The area's quiet. There's sunset. And there's two other herringons standing behind you, laughing and holding hands. And they share an onion with you. And you try to look up at their faces, but their faces are darkened by the sunshine behind them.
There's been good things.
Good.
And I try to hold on to them.
That's all we can do in life. You know, you can't focus on the bad, Calamity. You have to focus on the good things in life, because that's what we live for. You know, otherwise you fall into despair and you don't have anything worth fighting for.
That was me for a little while, but then when I look over at Sleeping Toddle, when they came and found me, they didn't know me, and they opened the cage. So kind and so unexpected, and they've been kind. So I think this is a good place well, maybe not a good place for me to be, but the people are nice, and you're nice, and you're a legend. So.
Well, I'm trying to be a better man than I once was. I've turned over a new leaf, so to speak.
Well, I'm happy we ran into you. It could have been in a way better place, honestly, but maybe this was where we were supposed to meet you. Maybe you're our salvation.
Well, that's a grand idea. I agree. But at the same time, I don't want to place any importance on myself. I'm not some savior. I'm just someone who's trying to do right by this world, trying to undo all the evil that's been done by the dark creatures who are in power now.
Wow, that's big. That's really big. But I'm finding that big things are not always as impossible as I kind of once thought. Who knew that we were gonna free a whole bunch of good souls from the war 100 years ago? I didn't. Who knew that we could destroy a dragon woman turret thing and release the souls of the good?
Wait a minute. When did this happen?
What?
What you're talking about right now?
Oh, the souls?
Yes, when did you free them?
I think it was yesterday. Time is weird.
Was there a great explosion?
Yeah. Once we were fighting the dragon woman turret thing, and I did something and half of it broke, and then everyone else jumped in and it exploded. And then the souls that we thought were just, I don't know, the damned, I guess they were the damned. The entire time we were walking on them, they were the ground. Like, I had my foot in their mouth and stuff. I feel bad about it. But that was the people that were there since the war. And they all got freed.
Do you realize what this means?
That we're in danger?
Well, I'll grant you that, lad. But this means the tides are turning. This means we have that much more power against the darkness. We have a chance to wage war against these bastards.
A war? No, that's... No, a war? We don't... That sounds so bad. I don't think... Maybe you, but I don't know if I can be in a war. That sounds really bad. I'll die instantly. I don't think...
You have power in you. And I want you to know that even the smallest creature can have the biggest effect on the world.
When he says that and makes like that direct, like, paladin, like, eye contact, for the first time and kind of a longest time, because normally his ears normally droop down, just normally all the time, because his feelings are always just like, I'm gonna die today. But when he speaks, like, my ears kind of like slowly like rise up, and they give kind of like this concentrated, slow wiggle in his direction to pick up just every syllable that he says. That spark of hope. Wow. Wow.
Don't doubt yourself, Rabbit. I have a feeling you're more powerful than you know. And speaking of which, that magic you hit me with the other day, it hurt a little bit.
Sorry. I was so
But
sorry.
then what was that butterfly that kind of landed on my shoulder and then absorbed into it? Should I worry about that?
No. For a long time, that was kind of the one good thing. It's a memory. I should... It's just getting late, I think. I should probably go knock out.
All right. Get some rest. I'll keep watch.
Okay. Good night until my watch, I guess. Good night.
Good night.
And I'll hop by Toddle and kind of like nuzzle in.
At this
And,
point, you can
as-
hear Toddle kind of leaning over. But you both are fast asleep. What'd you say, Everon?
I was just going to say that as he goes over to Toddle, I kind of position myself within 30 feet of them.
Okay. Well, go ahead and roll your first perspective check. Perception.
Good luck, buddy.
What is my perspective right now? 14.
14. Oh, that's not bad. Okay, you're looking around. It's pretty desolate. You are seeing kind of the sands farther away. There seems to be like a set of dunes, I guess. It turns into a desert way far west. And you are noticing a strong wind kind of in that area. And it starts to pick up and twist, almost like it's going to form a little small tornado, but then dissipates. And you watch this happen over and over again for the next couple of hours. Otherwise, there's not really any wildlife. You do see a couple of... They look like... Have you ever seen a cave spider before? They're very crab-like.
Mm-hmm.
Like really pretty giant, like 3 feet long cave-type spider. But you have seen these in your travels outside of Hell, and you do know these creatures to be relatively docile. They don't look any different. I think their carapaces are a little bit more adjusted to the terrain here. So bits of red, a lot darker, and a little bit more harsh of shells. But otherwise, they move the same, act the same. You aren't alarmed. There's a little group of them that kind of skits by you. One of them is kind of curious about you for a second, checks you out, but as soon as you make any sort of movement, it kind of skitters away, a little scared. But otherwise, uneventful. Is there anything you're doing on this watch?
No, just kind of, looking around, in deep thought, musing on my past, before I became a paladin, how my life has changed since becoming one, and, changed that much more in the last 24 hours.
Yeah. And while you do think of that, you do get flooded with thoughts of everything Calamity said to you before he went to bed about releasing all the souls on that plane of hell where you were also at, this plane of hell. You do know... I don't think you would have even known that souls are even stored here. They are stored on every level of hell, but usually, every level is a little bit different. You don't know that much about it, but you do know about a level of hell where they do trap everyone who's ever battled in the Great Old War. And after knowing that they released the souls here, it really does sound like they released those souls. Which is big news for the balance between good and evil, and it does tip the scale in the good's favor. They have a lot of power back. Those souls carry a whole lot of power. You know this, and when you were, you do know that paladins tend to kind of feel that sort of light being brought to them. There are rumors about it. You've read about it when you were trying to become a paladin. But you didn't really feel any different while it happened. So you're kind of surprised. You doubt yourself a little bit. But then again, it must be true, right? So go ahead and roll one more perception check.
Okay. 16.
16. Even better. You're scoping things out. It all looks the same. It is getting pretty cold, though. Several hours have gone by. This time you don't see any sort of creatures. With that kind of roll, though, there are some herbs in the ground that just kind of look like traditional, just kind of like maybe a bush that's just been burnt out by like a winter storm, just kind of a dead-looking bush. But you do look a little bit closer, and it seems like the inside of it seems to have like this kind of deep red sap. Curious, if you do notice it seems to be kind of acidic smell, acidic touch. Could be helpful for things like poison darts, or if you were to coat a weapon with it, it would do some sort of additional acid damage.
Okay. Do I know, like, would I be able to tell whether it would eat at a weapon? Like, would it degrade it over time?
You don't know.
All right.
The wood and the stone that it's sitting on, though, seems to be fine.
Fair enough. Maybe it doesn't react to wood. I'll take note of that, and then maybe mention it to Toddle when he wakes up.
And speaking of that, it does end your watch. So go ahead and wake up the next person.
All right. Well, then I'll go over to Toddle, and I'll just kind of, put a hand on his shoulder and just kind of gently nudge.
I'm gonna still be in position in my head, but I'm like, oh, damn it! Okay.
Yes, I'm sorry. We're still in hell.
No, I was supposed to be working on this. Oh my god! Thank you for waking me up. Yes, go to sleep. And I'm kind of multitasking as I am both watching and starting on some goodies for our squad.
Sweet.
All right. And before I walk away, I say, so Toddle, I know you like to tinker with things. It's apparent that things of different natures interest you. So I noticed there's a bush over there, and it has this sap coming out of it, which seems kind of acidic. Might be useful in potions or weapons. And so I thought I'd mention it to you before I went to sleep. Also, and I draw my dagger, and I just kind of plant it in the ground. And I tell Toddle, don't go more than 30 feet away from this dagger.
Toddle is already walking out, trying to go and collect the sap. So he kind of caught the tail end of it and was like, yeah, okay. And waving down, pulling out I have vials on me pretty much at all times. So I'm pulling out vials to collect some of this liquid of some kind.
Sweet.
And how much do I get?
I say 2.
Okay, thank you. What is it called? Like, just for my notes, what is this? Like, just red. Can I roll for it? Can I roll for what it is? Would I know?
You can. I say I say Averin gives you a just good description of it, and it to be, what's it called? I know the D&D term. I don't know the D&D term of it. Well, whatever it's called. It has no name. It only exists in hell. But if you add it to any weapons, it does an additional 1d4 of poison damage.
Ooh, is this a rock? Is this an ore? What is this?
It's like a little liquid sap thingy.
Oh.
So like I guess hunters, if you were to like dip your arrow in it.
Nice.
Here.
Oof.
This is perfect. Tuttle will 1000% be investigating the properties of this and adding it to all of his weapons.
And as you're doing that, you do find yourself by yourself, the only one awake. Both the other guys are starting to get deep in sleep. And what was your roll? Perception check?
Oh, what was I rolling for? Just my
Perception.
first perception?
Yeah.
Well, let's do it. 19.
Damn. Okay. Well, go ahead and tell me what you're making.
Yes. So, very first thing I'm making is I wanted to do something with, well, I have 2 sets of armor. And I want to be enhancing those. I have some gold armor that I got from Terrence, and I got some armor, like just hellish armor. And I want to be creating something for me and something for Calamity. Using those 2 things. Let me do a little quick searchy search. Give me 2 seconds to...
You do notice that hellish armor you picked up is fire immune.
Something like smoldering armor, perhaps? Maybe?
Yes, pretty much.
Wisps of harmless, odorless smoke rise from this armor of all one. Literally. Armor of acid resistance. No, that's quite... Maybe armor of fire resistance?
It's already immune to fire. On its own.
Yeah, I'm thinking of like what I could put it under for D&D Beyond.
Oh, yeah.
Because we homebrew a lot, so thinking.
We do, sorry.
There is just demon armor. Ooh. Plate armor of etherealness. One of the rarest things you can have. Yeah, there is just demon armor, but it has special things.
That's a lot stronger than what you have.
That's way stronger. What is scorpion armor? No.
I guess instead of
I'm just gonna do fire resistance because that's the closest.
Yeah, it'll just have to be a note. I can make the item later.
All right. So with the hell armor that I have found, I will be fashioning Calamity a set of what these things?
Bracers?
Gauntlets, yeah.
Do it. Tiny little bunny hands. Paws.
Little gauntlets.
Little tiny gauntlets.
Little gauntlet. I hope that still counts as armor. Does gauntlet still count as armor? Oh well. I will also be fashioning myself some. Let's see. Yeah, like chainmail or so Toddle. Fun fact: underneath all of Toddle's robes, that he is wearing like scale mail. So I think he's just gonna add on to that with like chainmail, and that's what we'll make out of the hell armor. And that'll be my first round of tinkering, is making armor for using those two items. And now
are you wearing the armor that you're making the fire immune one?
As soon as I finish it, yes.
Okay, and what is added with the gauntlets? Are they just regular?
I would assume with D&D Beyond, just because it is kind of a homebrewed item, it would probably be the closest related to the fire resistance, the one that has resistance to fire.
Got it.
Right?
Okay.
And then I also have Terrence's gold armor. I don't know if that had any special properties to it other than being just shiny and gold. But I'll make embellishments with that to add to all.
Yeah, I remember Terrence's armor being kind of badass, actually. There's a few different resistances. It's like resistant to like any kind of puncture or slashing, like any kind of blunt or like physical damage.
Okay.
So it's resistant to any of that, but I think with magic damage, it takes it all. But I think that's it, though.
Can I safely say that
it adds? Shit, I wrote it down. I think it adds 1 point to your AC.
Yes, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for both me and Calamity to up our AC.
Okay.
Hopefully, making pieces of armor out of these two items, the hell armor that is fire resistant and the gold armor, will up our AC class by 2 points. That's kind of what I'm hoping.
Do you want to add that wyvern scale? Because that shit is crazy.
Sure. If you give me the time, I will 1000% add some of the wyvern scales that I got as well. And I'll just be making full sets of, like, well, they're homebrewed, but whole sets of new armor.
Yeah, maybe because the wyvern is going to take an entire day to do. So I'm going to maybe save that.
And now that Toddle's fully rested, which I think I need to pull myself out of exhaustion. Did I?
Yeah, you did.
I did. I put myself in exhaustion. So I can, now that I have slept, I will clear myself of exhaustion. And
Yep. And go ahead and roll one more check, please.
Okay.
Perception check.
Oh, that's persuasion. Sorry. Persuasion check, which I, of course, get a fucking 20. Perception. 24. So, wow.
Wow.
Good luck's on my side.
You sold
today.
perceptive. It's over 20, so I have to give you something. You do, well, there's not much there. That's the only problem. There's like,
You really see there's not much there.
there's really nothing
You can
there.
really see.
There's really nothing there. Yeah. Sorry.
That's okay. I make some cool shit. You know, the
You
fact
made
that you're
some
even...
stuff. You can have
So, yeah.
another poison vial if you want.
Thank you.
You can add that.
Well, I don't. I use my poison as my spells, but I can I? So there is actually something that artificers get that I have not been doing all campaign, which is after every like long rest, you can make two potions because I'm the alchemist.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna
Make
do
clothes.
one defense and one attack potion. One of the defense potion, I really like using the invisibility potions. So it's like the potion of shielding or something like that.
Yeah.
The one I had last time. That's like it basically causes either invisibility or like distortion.
Yeah. Do it. And what about the other one? Frisky Clicker, thank you for subbing again.
The other one I would like to do. What's been useful to us? Let's do us like a speed, something with speed.
Yeah, speed potion. Do it.
Like a speed potion. So like vitality or something. I'll call it the potion of vitality.
Cool. Increases your
But
movement
that's essentially speed.
twice.
Yeah, movement speed. Mm-hmm. Movement speed. There you go.
Oh my god, if you put it on that bike, you can like go through time.
Okay, so that's a lot of things to craft. I erased the armor, and now can I say? Oh, we gotta add it to D&D Beyond. So we will add that later.
Yeah.
But that will be for Calamity and moi. Sorry, everyone, don't know you well enough yet to make you armor.
That's all right.
Toddle don't trust.
And then let me go ahead and did I use all of my wyvern scales? Because I had 8 of them. Did I use all of them for this armor for both of us?
No, only like one of it. Like what you found was like insanely rare. Like
okay,
I
only used one scale.
Like one, yeah, because it's huge. The female one was huge.
Okay, so all right, cool. Wow, yay. Okay, so that's what I'm tinkering with right now.
Okay, solid.
So working away. But also watching and surveying. Tuttle is fully awake now and has no need for energy. I am gonna get hungry though. Now that I don't have Fancy feeding me, I am going to. Can I do an insight check to see if there's anything I can like look for food? And I'm.
You do a survival check.
There is.
You can forage or hunt.
I do have one thing in my inventory that supposedly tastes great. So remember when we picked up those star succulents with the stems? I have a note here that apparently those taste great.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna munch on those and maybe cook them real quick into some little stir fry and
all right.
It's
you
gonna
eat them, and
taste...
it does regain any health points that you had left over.
I am already at max health points because I slept.
Well, you feel extra good and cushy after eating that.
Could I add like 5 points, maybe?
Temporary hit points? No, it doesn't do that.
Okay.
I wish.
Nope. That is A-okay.
All right, and then, a few hours have gone by. It's pretty smooth sailing tonight. Got a lot
and my
done,
little willow seed.
And you're tired. Willow seed is asleep. But all the leaves are just like wrapped around its head.
Okay.
But yeah, your watch is over. You gotta wake up the next person for the final watch.
I am going to... Toddle is going to pick up all the armor that he made, that he just had finished making for Calamity, and just like walk over and drop it real nice to him, knowing that this will kind of make him startled, but is just like going to be happy about it anyways, and just be like, look at what I did. And the loud clanking will wake him up.
Is everything okay? Is everything... Ooh.
I made this.
What's that? It's pretty.
I made this, and I start like grabbing it and like attaching it and putting
So tell me again what I'm looking at.
Armor. So I fashioned like chainmail, and hides and gauntlets, all out of armor. Some is gold armor. So it was using the equipment of Terrence's old gold armor.
Mm-hmm.
One of the wyvern scales that I grabbed when I looted that, and the hell armor, the old school hell armor that I found. I was able to fashion basically, like, you could say, like chainmail, a hide of some kind, like a some sort of like hide, and then
I take the
gauntlets.
I take the black and gold gauntlets. Ooh, they're small, like me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna start kind of putting them on. I'm gonna say, "Thanks, Toddle. They're warm."
So you have complete immunity to fire damage. and and you are also resistant to any sort of like hitty punchies. So slashing, bludgeoning, stabbing, kicking, shin splinting, all that is resistant.
Oh, thank
Elbow
Diago.
dropping.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay.
And
I'm
plus,
gonna.
because of the wyvern scale, +2 to AC.
Oh, thank you. I'm gonna, as I'm strapping those on, I'm gonna kind of start walking to kind of the typical post. I'm probably gonna be a little bit closer to everyone than everyone else was. I think everyone was like around, let's say, like 25, 30 feet away. I'm gonna be about like 15 feet away from everyone, just in case I gotta like So I'm gonna situate myself 15 feet away. I'm gonna say, "Oh, okay. Well, sleep tight. I'll have my ears up." And like only one ear shoots up. And I'm just like, I pat the other ear. Hey, and it shoots up too. And I'll give Tuttle the thumbs up, and then I will sit down like just a plop, and my like tail floof is just gonna. And I am going to. Do we have a fire made team by chance, or no?
Or what?
Do we have like a bonfire, or are we just kind of out?
Oh yeah, no, I was cooking. Yeah.
Okay, good, gotcha. I'll just kind of post up and kind of look into the fire every now and then. Have my head on a swivel with my
Roll
ears moving about.
Roll it.
Toddle is actually not going to be asleep, but he will shift from working on the armor that I worked on to like looking at the map to try to get a sense of where we need to go.
Sweet.
Okay, so this is perception. Here we go. And do I have a thing with hearing? Let me see, 1 second. Features, racial features, hair trigger.
Oh, and Calamity, you are at full rest, by the way.
Oh, whew. Thank you. All right. So let's see. Proficiency with perception. Okay, so things often kind of go a little weird around me, naturally or unnaturally, but whatever. And I'm gonna roll a d4 to see, if my ears pick up any kind of weird shit too. Oh, that was a 4, sweet. So that's gonna be a total of perception. Where are you? 21 perception.
Damn, nothing is happening. Yeah, I mean, it's all peaches and cream, okay? You're looking around, it's quiet. Toddle's like, making some notes and kind of working away in his own kind of like little, surrounded by all of his stuff. Calamity, you're sitting there kind of nestled where Averon was sitting before. You do see his dagger still sunk into the ground 15 feet in front of you. You do watch kind of like a little, it looks like a newt, like kind of like very shiny, kind of iridescent scales, or skin, I should say. It kind of like waddles out of a crevice, kind of climbs the dagger a little bit, and kind of perches itself on the dagger and looks around. You kind of watch this happen. It's the most eventful thing that has happened.
Okay.
There's
And
still nothing here to.
as I see this this hell newt sit up upon Avern's dagger, my nose is gonna do a little bunny thing, and I'm gonna kind of get a little close to it, or just kind of put my head out.
Yeah, it's gonna turn its head towards you. It has big old red eyes, and its tongue's gonna come out and like go over its eye and clean its eye and go back into its mouth.
Bye. I'm just gonna start minding my own business because that was Clemmy thinks that was kind of gross. But yeah, he's gonna. That's all. And he will really what's the word I'm looking for? Sit and kind of focus on these new gauntlets to kind of try to, without knowing or understanding, he's gonna, I guess, try to attune to them over his course of his watch. Because they're just really nice. It's easy to kind of just look at them a lot.
Yeah. And then go ahead and roll your next check. By this point, the newt has moved on, climbs down the hilt of the dagger, and down the blade of the dagger, and goes back into its crevice.
All right. Here's the roll. Oh, okay. 22.
It's it's a great night here in hell.
A great night here in hell.
Spent an hour.
Like something random happened?
Spent an hour putting together a 20-sided roster of creatures that could have been, that will never be.
Poor Anne, she doesn't get to kill us.
I know, dude.
There's always tomorrow night.
That's true. But yeah, I mean, you start to see the hell sun rise. It kind of casts a really kind of burnt orange to amber yellow kind of all over this landscape. It's quite nice. But you start to see things stir. Things are waking up. You do hear more kind of grunting and crawling, and looks like it almost you hear a herd of something, hooved somethings kind of traveling in the distance, like thousands of this creature, 30, 40 miles away in the distance. You do hear that, and it kind of very much a hum in your chest that it brings. Other than that, it is morning. Time to wake everyone up.
I'm going to. Oh well. I'm gonna go first and tap on Tuttle. 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 I think it's morning.
Sheepishly, I kind of do one of these things and just be like,
I think I hear a stampede or something, and I'm gonna bounce to Avron. Avron.
What?
I think it's morning.
Oh, still here.
Yeah, it wasn't a nightmare. I was kind of hoping to. I hear something. It sounds like a stampede, and I'm going to bounce out of the tent, or wherever we were sleeping, and I'm going to go to a safe place where I can hear like the sound coming from, but like I want to like look from like behind a like rock just to be like, what's the stampede? I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
While he's doing that, I go over to my dagger, pluck it out of the ground, and put it back in its sheath.
Roll another perception check. Now that you're focused in on that area, Calamity, or whoever wants to check out this humming sound coming in the distance.
Okay.
I'll go with him.
I'm going to be studying the map, and Mackenzie doesn't know, but Toddle is gonna know where to go ish,
Yeah.
at least.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know the route.
Cool.
I go with him, but I see nothing because I got my first nat 1 of the campaign.
Really?
Oh, Mister, I come up on here and just roll nothing but 20s all the first episode.
Hey, beginner's luck, I guess.
Yeah. It has welcomed you to D&D, and now today is like, okay, now for real.
Not for real though. The real game. I rolled a 15 total.
Okay. You both walk over. Avron, you see kind of a little something on the ground, and as you're walking over, you kind of take a closer look, and you do notice it's little Newt He looks up at you and he licks his eye again, and then you are a little startled by it and fall over.
In that order.
And you hurt your wrist a little bit. I mean, not enough to do damage, but it's like, that sucks.
I see like one of those anime falls, or is this like a poof, like face plant?
Yeah,
It's like
from
a
like
sweat
up
drop.
to. Look, in the meantime, Calamity, you peer over the rock, and then you kind of hop on top of it to get a better view. And with that roll, you don't see a crazy amount of detail. You do know it's a stampede, like a herd of. They almost look like elk. Their horns are very like insane looking, almost geometric in shape, and almost the entire length of the creature's body. But they're moving very fast. I would say like 60, 70 miles an hour altogether. And they are leaving kind of like whiplets of magic kind of in their wake. It looks like they're tearing through time and space together. Very far. You do feel that ripple of energy, but that's as much as detail you can see about them. And that's about 40 miles away.
Do I have any idea like what these creatures are? Have I heard of them or anything?
You can roll a history check. Well, you can roll history or arcana, and you'll get different answers for both.
All right, here we go. Oh, that was pretty. Definitely arcana, I think, because history is laughable. Let me put my eye on it though. Okay.
And
Actually,
you can see 40 miles away because it's kind of dips into a gorge a little bit. You can see. So it's
unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20. Okay. I mean, yeah, you know what it is. You don't know what this one in particular is, but you do know them on your realm. They're actually, funnily enough, they're a creature that exists not far from where you grew up, near the Lavender Plains. They do survive on plains. You find them everywhere. You do know that there's a herd in every kind of landscape. Like there's some in swamps, there's some in like really icy, barren terrain even. Those are a lot more rare. But there's plenty of them among the plains where you live. And you do know their migration to be incredibly dangerous. So they tend to stay in one place for years, 5-10 years at a time, and kind of survive there. Often they're hunted by other creatures. You do know, like, a lot of cultists tend to hunt them down. So as far as a species, they're like very much endangered. Mm-hmm. But when they decide to move from the plains, like say to a different plane across the continent, they fucking gun it. And what they do is they pull in magic from everywhere around. So they do, you know about it, I would assume, because you do worship, your people do worship the Earth God. Mm-hmm. And the Earth God does talk about this. And the Earth God does the same thing, harnesses magic from like energy from the Earth. And they do that in order to kind of rev themselves up for traveling without getting hurt. You do know that the adults are kind of on the outside, the younger cattle are kind of in the center. But as far as creatures themselves, very, very docile. Like, they won't start a fight with you. But if you get in the way of their stampede, no one survives that shit.
Did you already tell me what they were called, their name?
What is it? I think I remember, because I used to draw these all the time.
I remember the last time me and GW were in a campaign with a stampede.
Yeah.
The one shot.
I don't fuck with them. We'll call them fire elans, but they're called elans, which is an actual animal on Earth. But
okay,
we'll
fire elans for now. And I'm going to look over as Averon is kind of like dusting himself off from the fall. Averon, come here, look, I don't think I've ever seen these in person. Look, they're beautiful.
What are they?
They're fiery lands, I think. Fiery lands. Basically, they can run through the planes and through dimensions and things, and so you see that magic trailing behind them?
We do.
That's them running through kind of time and space and dimensions, and they're known to stay in one place for a long time. But when they move, they book it across the worlds, I guess. And they're really nice. But I hear the Stampede is something that can kill anyone.
Well, I certainly wouldn't want to be in their way. What I wonder, though, what are they running from?
Good question. And I wonder, I wonder if we were to jump on their back or something, if they could take us away from here, like out of hell. Well, oh, that's really dangerous. That's really bad.
I was going to say, I kind of look over the edge, be like, after you, Calamity.
It was word vomit. It was word vomit. I didn't mean to say it out loud. Yeah. Tuttle, have you ever seen these before?
I'm gonna be like officially starting to catch up with you guys after looking at the map, and like be like kind of trotting around and be like, oh yeah, I think I've read about those once.
Stony.
Just don't get in the way. Just don't get in its way.
Yeah.
Might get some really cool, like we can get some probably cool meat and or blood and or hide if we try to kill them.
Why is
I'll
that
leave
always
that up
the
to you
first place
guys.
you go?
Huh?
Why
Yeah,
is that always
because
the first place you go? When
I
we...
mean, I was with Lander, like that's the natural. We hunt monsters anyway.
You're very utilitarian.
But the thing is we use the whole animal. We use everything.
As they're going back and forth, I'm gonna look to see, because I still have Averon's question in my ear, like what are they running from? So I'm gonna see if I can see any kind of interesting thing in where they're running away from by chance. That's what I'm gonna look for.
I'm sorry. What'd you say that one more time?
Averon asked me where they are running from, like where are they running from?
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna look to see like what they leave behind in their wake, if anything is out of the ordinary behind them.
You can roll investigation for that. Since you already got a survey of the scene, you can zoom in a little closer and see what piece things together.
You know what? I'm gonna do my thing. I'm gonna use my ability, and I'm going to re-roll that.
Do you need binoculars? I could probably fashion some up for you real quick.
Next time I'll definitely use the binoculars. But for this investigation, I got a total of.
We still got homies in the chat who can give you a inspo.
Oh yeah,
reroll.
I forgot about that perk.
Do it.
If
Do
you
it.
are a subscriber,
Do it for the doggo's nipples.
you can gift anyone you want inspiration and luck if you want. What is that? Exclamation point perks, I think. Let me see. Sub perks. I always spell it wrong the first time. Oh, I did it.
Yo.
But on this one, I got an 18 investigation.
That's pretty good. You would know. It looks like there's a lot of movement coming from. Actually, it's in between between you guys and where you're headed. It's not quite 100 miles away where the city is, but almost. Looks like that is what they're running from. It seems that whatever's going on in that city, it seems just in order to inspire these creatures to move as they do, because normally they're pretty brave, like they hold their ground for, like I said, years sometimes, and fight for their territory. It takes a lot. Not even like a single dragon can move them. Maybe a Tiamat or like a few dragons can move them, or maybe an entire army. Something big is happening in that area, and yeah, and they don't want any part of it.
Isn't that the city that we're going to with the tower?
Yeah.
Ah! Averon, I think I know where they're running from.
Yeah.
You just see Calamity's ears just like kind of slowly just like drop down.
You see, like, Carl, just like, yeah.
Yeah,
That
Tuttle,
is-
by the way, when you look at the map, there are 3 routes you can potentially take, and I'll have you either decide or discuss it with your teammates.
Hey.
One route is straight through the gorge, so climbing down and out. There are no bridges or any. There is, but like it's too far out of the way. You would have to climb down, cross the gorge, and climb back up. Or you can go around it. There is a point where the gorge kind of connects a little bit. It's not as deep as the crazy gorge that you saw earlier with Lander and everybody, but so I mean it wouldn't take that long. But there is a point where it's pretty close. If you could potentially jump or fly or figure a way over it, it'll save you a lot of time.
Paraglide.
Otherwise,
Paraglide.
yes. Otherwise, there is a point where the gorge is the most shallow, I would say. But there's a lot of really harsh terrain to get to that point, like before you even get there. So those are your 3 options.
Oh, heck. Okay, well, I am going to start walking towards the direction of the city. And how far away is the gorge? Can I just start walking that way and then be like beckon these guys to follow, and then kind of like be reading the map and being like, so we're gonna have to make a decision.
What kind of decision?
You know, there's a giant gorge that's in the way from our path, and looks a little wide to be able to fly over it with our paragliders, and I would have to fashion you one, which, well, I do not think I have the materials for anyway, so you would have to find another way around. Do you have the bike? Maybe we can make a ramp real quick, and I can, like... Calamity, I think we both still have our paragliders. So we could jump over, and then you could ride the bike over and do some, like, Evel Knievel shit. Pretend... Yeah. Who?
I can drive and you guys can paraglide. That seems safer. I mean that seems smart.
Blackwater D&D. What up, my dudes and dudettes?
Or we can walk down and through it, the old-fashioned way of walking down and then back up. Or we could go full on around, which seems like it's going to take longest, and I don't want to do that.
You see Calamity already bouncing to the motorcycle.
I think Calamity's mind is made up.
Okay, well, I'm gonna ruffle through my things, looking through my things, and pull out the makeshift paraglider that I made one time ago, and hand it over to Averon. And
because where you guys, all the dogs are crying today. Well, you do notice that the gorge starts pretty much like you were camped kind of where the gorge already sort of started to tip downward. But that stampede is gonna hit y'all in about 40 minutes or so. In order to cross it completely, you can use the bike, but if you were to like walk it, it would take several hours. It's like a good 8-hour hike.
I'm already revving up the bike.
Well, hang on. I gotta make like a ramp or something so that you just don't go like...
Yeah, because right at the bottom of the gorge where it connects, it's all just like rocks and bones and shit and roots and...
Probably nothing of use for Calamity. Okay.
Yeah. More newts.
All right.
Probably.
I'm gonna start assembling. Can I, like, is there Is there any like thing I can jump off of that could give me a little bit of height here? Like, because I just don't want to be like jumping off a flat. So like, if me and Averon can use our paragliders and like I said before, Breath of the Wild style, jump off and like glide over, that is my method. While Calamity, we're gonna set up a ramp real quick so that Calamity can vroom vroom over, and then I'm gonna tell also Calamity all the buttons and how to activate the buttons, so that way he can like trailblaze it over and like pick up speeds, and go over this ramp, and that's how we're gonna try to get over this gorge.
Give it a shot. Until then, we're going to go and take our break. It's going to be a 10-minute break, so we'll be right back. We are going to draw a winner for some critical dice.
The first one
exclamation point critical.
Is it
the first one is
Co?
actually Griffin Co, and then dice.
Griffin Co first, which is awesome. They do all kinds of figurines and things like that, and all kinds of goodies, actually. Even greeting cards, all kinds of stuff. But yeah, go and enter. It's exclamation critical in the chat to enter the giveaway. And we'll call a winner when we get back. And then we got another giveaway.
Yup. See you in a bit.
See you in a bit. Love you. Bye. Everyone. Welcome back. Before we announce the giveaway winner, you still have a chance to enter it. It's exclamation critical in chat to enter the giveaway. It's to win a little something something from our friends at Griffin Co, who've been homies of ours since the dawn of time.
Thank you, Griffin Co. And just mentioned it was perfect.
Yes.
Friends from the dawn of time. Awesome family company that makes that crafts 3D printed minis and other fun things like spell effects. They also do laser engraving, so that's awesome. Check them out at griffinco.com, and during your purchase, use code FABLED42 to get 22% off your purchase. And after we're done with our sponsors, we're gonna pull the giveaway. So get in there! Exclamation point critical right now! Go!
Do it!
There you go.
Literally.
You can also check out our friends at Underground Oracle. They create 5th edition resources for both sides of the screen, and you can find them at undergroundoracle.com or at DriveThruRPG. And while you're doing that, you should also check out our other friends at Nine Realms Gaming. They hand make all of their products from natural woods to create quality and affordable gaming accessories for all. You can use promo code FABLED42 to get 10% off on your next purchase over at ninerealmsgaming.com.
Nice.
And me, to wrap it up with the rest of the sponsors, we have my favorite Critical Dice, which are Critical Dice. So, thecriticaldice.com, check it out. Loads of options to choose from, and I just found out that they make metal dice over there, which was something I didn't know. I thought it was all resin dice. So there is a set of metal dice on top of getting a dice subscription every month, just like how you get your other products that come in for once a month. I don't know. You can do that for dice, and I think that's cool. So you should check it out, thecriticaldice.com. We also will have a giveaway after the Griffin Co giveaway. You can enter in. It will be the same code, and win a chance to win some critical dice. And then along with that, we have the other shows that are here on Fable 42. On Wednesdays, we have Heroes of Salon, which our buddy Colin runs with a squad of people, and it is very, very high entertainment, just as much as this one. Less horror themed, but high entertainment nonetheless. And then we have Duke City Chronicles, which has actually ended. However, this Friday on the YouTube channel, which you should go subscribe to right now, Fable42 on YouTube, we have the last Q&A video that was done live last Friday with GW and Jason going to be premiering on Friday. So you should go check it out because it was a very exciting episode to do live, and it'll be the final wrap up of Duke City Chronicles. So seriously, go do it. I dare you. Come on.
All the animals today. Sorry, Beerus.
Yeah.
Yes.
Baby, just do it.
Yeah, we've got all the homies here. There is potentially another show starting in a few months that I will also be DMing again. But yeah, sneak preview on that maybe soon. Otherwise, yeah, check out our YouTube. We post all that stuff. And then let's just get into this giveaway. We have a couple more moments here. If you haven't entered, it's exclamation critical in the chat to enter the giveaway. If you do win the giveaway, do join our Discord and reach out to GW, aka Calamity, and he will hook you up.
Okay, so far we have Slothman, we have Vada Monster, and we have the Good Bean.
The Good Bean, I love it.
The Good Bean. We have Nick Passed Out. I love that. I like that name. Nick Passed Out. Butthole Baron. What's up, friend? How you been?
How's your butthole, man?
Butthole Baron. We have
Hopefully
Tig.
good.
What's up, Tig? All right, let me switch out this D4 for a D6. What are we at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Ooh.
All right. Did I miss anyone? I think I got everyone. Yep. All right, let me. So Sloth is 1. Why did I put 11? All right. Vada Monster is 2. The Good Bean is 3. Nick Passed Out is 4. Butthole Baron 5. And Tig 6. All right. Here we go. D6.
Good luck, everybody. May the dice be ever in your favor.
2. Who's 2? Vada Monster. Congratulations.
Hey.
You have just won Griffin Co. prize. Hit me up in the Discord. Exclamation point winner. There we go.
Was it?
Hit me up in the Discord so you can claim your prize and I can get your address to send it out to you. It's gonna be cool.
Wait, who won it? Who won it? So I can check it
Vada
out.
Monster.
Oh, man, there you are.
Yep. Vada Monster.
Free shit.
So next up on our last giveaway is going to be Critical Dice for the end of the show. So yeah,
Yep.
get in.
Get in there, exclamation critical in the chat one more time, and enter the giveaway to win a set of dice from Jason and fam. Yeah, and we'll draw the winner at the end of the stream for that. Anyway, where were we?
We were getting prepped to cross a gorge.
Oh, yes, there's
Yeah.
the gorge. And it looks like Toddle is coming up with a plan. Avron, you have a paraglider in your hands that seem to come out of fucking nowhere. Literally, like, the size of, like, a little, like, you know, fan and just, like, stretched out to, like, this giant contraption.
Toddle, is this gonna hold my weight?
You know,
Silence.
it was made with a fine cloth. Well, it was made with good cloth. But you are much bigger than the original.
That's what I was a bit concerned with, is that it seems like it was designed for Calamity, and now I'm about to use it. I'm about 5 times the size.
Well, you might be able to have a discussion with Calamity in order to switch places with them, so that way you can ride the bike, since the bike will be a little bit different. But I'm gonna try to be thinking of something that I can fashion up.
And while Toddle does that, I take him at his advice, and I walk over to Calamity, and I just kind of hold the glider up in front of him, saying, you know, Calamity, I do believe, based on the size of this, it's really designed more for a person of your size and stature. I don't know that I'll safely be able to get across this gorge using this, so I'd like it if we could potentially change places.
Or you could just ride the bike together.
Or there's that.
As everyone is talking, you see Calamity like kind of like look up at you very cautiously, and like his eyes are telling you like I don't want to do it. And he, as I'm looking at you, I just start kind of like pressing buttons on the motorbike. I think Toddle made it, and I think Toddle does really good work with building things and just pressing the button.
Are you pressing all the buttons?
No. I'm just.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
I'm just tapping.
Okay.
I guess we could ride together.
I certainly feel safer on this machine than I do on this glider. I have.
Thanks.
It's nothing against you, Tottle. It's just look at the size of this thing and look at the size of me. I feel like I'll get 3 feet off the edge and just plummet like a rock.
You'd be surprised how common hang gliders are, paragliders are in this day and age, you know, and he's going to be pride a little wounded, is going to start climbing up whatever the fuck is tall and can be glided off of.
There is a couple of rock faces. So I'll say, y'all have been walking or riding for a little bit, and you're about halfway down the gorge now. Stampede is getting a little bit louder, but it's not quite there yet. There is a rock face that kind of goes over this kind of just area of bush. I can't really see the bottom. It looks like it's a mess.
Sorry. Area of bush. I'm sorry, I'm 12. All right.
Yeah, well, not that kind of bush in hell, unfortunately.
Maybe it was
you
Lander.
killed the succubus. Maybe it was Lander. But yeah, you're on top of it. Are you gonna try to jump off?
I'm gonna jump off. Oh wait, can I? Let's take a running start, and I'm gonna drink that speed movement potion that I concocted.
Ah, smart. You're gonna
I'm gonna
dash
be a
over.
smart little gnome, and I'm gonna drink that potion of vitality that is gonna increase my movement speed so that I can do a little bit of a sonic dash off of this cliff in order to even my odds against.
So that's 120 feet across. That's a good running start. And you do have the hang glider on you?
Yes.
Okay.
Paraglider.
Go ahead and roll acrobatics, please.
As the Tuttle is preparing to take off, I'm gonna do something.
Okay.
Oh boy. But can I still roll?
Yes.
Yeah, it's gonna be 2 to me and
Oh no.
so okay.
I see that 7.
So
Oh.
Calamity's gonna move the bike. He's on it and he's the driver one, and then we have everyone right behind Calamity. Because Calamity's I know what I'm doing. I've been on this bike longer than you have, or whatever, right? So he's gonna just kind of take it and just remember all the things that Toddle did, and okay, it's gonna be fine, because we're just gonna go for it, and then the bike is gonna, because the bike has a fast thing. This is the fast button where fire comes behind it, and we're gonna be fine. Small people can do big things too.
Oh.
And as he says that, his fur does something. Averon, you see this sprinkle of almost like glitter light that kind of goes over Calamity's black fur.
Okay.
And you feel this surge from, well, it's not a surge, but it's more like a vibration.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like a deep, and you see that kind of this vibration moves from Calamity into the bike. DM, I'm casting jump on the bike.
Ooh, hell yeah.
And of course, Calamity doesn't know what's happening. He's just hoping against hope that everything's gonna be all right, and he doesn't even know that magic is happening. Okay, boom! And I'm gonna hit the button, and I want the blue fire to shoot out the back of.
Which button do you press? 1, 2, 3, or 4?
Aren't they color coded? No. I'm gonna press the button that I saw Toddle press to make the blue fire shoot from behind and us go faster.
That's number 2.
Oh,
Number
you say
2.
that? Okay, fine. Okay, a couple of things happen. So, Toddle, you're the first one to jump. So, Calamity and Avaran are on the back of this bike, and it's revving up, and there's a pulse and surge of energy that kind of even makes the bushes on the bottom kind of sway a little bit. And Toddle, you get a pretty swift jump, and you do go your full 120 feet across, but as soon as you catch that wind, it's a little underwhelming. Normally, this area is an enormous wind tunnel, and you anticipated that it would be oh, easy breezy, literally. But as soon as you jump, the wind stops, and you start to just kind of pivot and head downwards very quickly.
Oh, shit.
Not only is it lifted from the wind, but it's catching it, and it's going far and fast. You do, actually, for the sake of it, go ahead and roll a dexterity check, please.
Okay.
And see how you land.
A dex saving throw or just a check?
A check.
Ooh, 18.
Ah, nice. Okay. So you do land well. You do, you have to kind of lift up your feet a little bit and, like, hold it up to your chest. Little plant guy who's strapped to the back of you.
Oh,
is,
yes,
like,
thank
is, like,
you.
flapping around in its little cloche backpack. It's like, ah! And the bushes and some of the rocks do almost scrape the bottom of you, but it just misses. And then you were able to swiftly land, and simultaneously your contraption, the glider, just folds up and back into your hands. So you land well, but you look around you, and then you look behind you, and you notice your colleagues, your friends, are a good 50 to 60 feet up higher than you, and you are almost at the bottom of this gorge. So you lost a lot of distance. But as you're doing that, you notice Calamity and Avaran just freaking surge in like a bolt of fire. Like, at first you're alarmed because you go straight up. And it's like you forget to steer because you're just like, button. And it just kind of launches itself in the air. But as midair, as it's kind of going higher, and both of you panic a little bit because you're going to have to go back down. You do realize that you drive this thing, and you do kind of push the gear forward, and it does make its arch.
All while screaming.
And it lands well, literally right on the other side, maybe 20 feet higher on the gorge side. So on the same side as Toddle.
And as we're like kind of coming to a stop, and we're like, I see it's like kind of skirting and whatever. When we finally stop, there's like that little thing where the vehicle, there's only like one wheel on the ground, and poof, comes down. You see Calamity's like, and his fur like, and something is going to happen.
Oh boy.
So that's gonna be
Prepare
this.
yourself, Chris.
Do I see this happening?
The sparks, yeah.
Yeah. I'm
30. Go ahead.
I'm gonna dive off of the bike while drawing my shield out and placing it between me and Calamity.
Oh my gosh, Captain America it. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, I got 32% on the percentile dice for my bad luck blitz.
Okay.
Oh, I've only read the first 3 words. I'm already nervous.
Oh, God.
You are transported to the astral plane until the end of your next turn, after which time you return to space and previously occupy the... Okay, so you literally see, as you like duck out of dodge and you like grab your shield, put it up, you just see... You see this black hole form out of Calamity, and he goes...
He gets sucked in his
disappears
own
into
black
the black
hole. And at that, the bike kind of rocks a little bit. Avaran, you kind of protect yourself with the shield. You do land. Shield's still up, but you do notice Calamity's no longer on the bike.
Do I see that?
Calamity.
Yeah, you see it. You're like
I'm
100,
casting message.
You're like 120 feet away.
I'm casting message to Everin.
Do it.
And I'm gonna be like, yeah, that happens. That happens. Also, don't let the bike fall.
Oh, and I'd run over to the bike and like brace it.
Yeah.
As he runs over and braces it, I... Did we make it? Are we okay?
You weren't there a moment ago. Where'd you go?
I don't know. It was dark. I think I just blacked. I thought I just kind of fainted. I thought I just blacked out for a second, but I didn't faint. Okay, are we good?
Yes, we made it.
And I collapse like onto him, like, thank you.
That was some good driving, Calamity.
And at that, you start to see stones on the ground, pieces of, old sticks, like even some bones from like whatever predators were lurking around this area start to rumble. Then the ground starts to shake, and you feel a hum. And that stampede is headed your way. Fast. Faster
Lads, I
than
think we
you
better get out of here.
anticipated.
I think you're right. We should go.
Somewhere in the distance,
far away?
that happens.
How far away is Toddle now?
Toddle, are you running up or climbing up?
Movement speed. We're Sonic
Okay.
the Hedgehog.
Yeah, almost
but I'm
there.
I'm a little guy. I'm a little dude. So I'm making my way downtown.
He's
Looking
almost
fast.
halfway. He's making my way. He's almost halfway there.
Oh, and I'm gonna turn around, and out of my sleeve pops the little gun-looking contraption that is bright red, and I am going to aim it at the Stampede and click a launcher, little device on the thing, and this is me casting Fire Sphere in the direction of the Stampede.
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
Wow.
In order
Throws
to
Throws fireballs at it.
I don't have Fireball. I'm not a wizard.
Oh, okay,
but I do have Fire Sphere or Flaming Sphere.
Oh Jesus. Okay.
So I am going to do that. And
It's a save, right?
for damage is 7, but I don't think it can just like attack a herd. So
Well, all the creatures that walk through it are gonna get damage, maybe.
okay. Well, damage was 7.
What's the save though?
It is a concentration, so I am still running and then I shoot that for about I have to be concentrating for that for a minute. I did do it at level 2, so
Okay.
let me see. I hope it
Whatever the
registered
save
as level
was,
2.
I failed it. They rolled a natural 1. Because that's
mine's a 16, so yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, you're gonna hold it there, and it's gonna be kind of widening, kind of in your way. It is coming towards you. It's approaching
We're getting on the bike and we're out.
100,
We're gone. Like, we don't want any
90
part of
feet.
this.
80 feet.
We're
70
gone!
feet.
Ah! We're gone! We're not here!
Okay. You might have to turn and grab Toddle. Catch up.
I reach down, grab him by the scruff of his robe, and yank him back up behind me.
Roll an acrobatics check for that.
I will do that. What do I get on that? Hopefully good. Ooh, natural 19 plus 2, 21.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. So Calamity is panicking, looking back and forth, trying to urge everyone to get up. Toddle's doing this number with gun in hand, eye on the sphere, and then Avaran hops on the bike, and as Calamity turns in, swoops in, grabs Toddle, and you're well on your way. We were just driving up. Are you gonna push a button?
I'm pushing number 2 again. 2, and I'm booking it away and toward the town.
Yep.
Toward the city. It's out of the gorge.
Yes.
And you're going straight up the gorge. And you hit that trailblazer and just in time, heard literally that fire sphere just dissipates as soon as it hits that first. And you do get a closer look at this herd. The pack leader is huge. He is easily maybe 6 times the size of all the other ones in this herd. The females, you can notice, the horns are a little bit smaller and they kind of swift backwards. They kind of do this pretty kind of curvature. Whereas the males are a lot more broader. Most of them are leading the herd on the outside rim, kind of protecting everybody in the middle. And they blaze through it. You notice the Kingland, or the herd leader, is wearing a crown, unusually enough, and it seems to be kind of a black, almost tar-like spiked crown on his head. It's not part of its horns. It's actually a crown. And this herd just breaks through all of this, and it is kind of a surge. It's when you ride a motorcycle and you're really close to a truck. What do you call that? Where the wind kind of pulls you under? That's happening.
It's like a wind tunnel or something.
Yeah. So everyone roll a strength check, please.
Oh no!
Fuck.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I got a 10.
22 total.
Nice.
Oh, that's
I'm
cocked.
strong.
Strong.
Okay.
Strong.
A strength saving throw for me is a 15.
Okay. Oof. Toddle, you are gonna start to find yourself slipping from this bike.
Oh no.
What do you do? I'm gonna give you just a few seconds to react. Or if anyone can react.
Since I grabbed Tuttle, do I feel him slipping?
Yes.
I'm going to reach back and try and grab him again.
Okay, Toddle, make another strength check with
The
advantage.
old reach around.
With advantage? Okay. I'm gonna do 19, yeah.
Usually I'm the perverted one, Calamity. What's going on here?
The old reach around.
They all reach around. The Toddle, yeah, that succeeds. You successfully kind of pull yourself up. And
There's a lot of baggy clothing that you could just grab.
Yeah, and you kind of take it in like jiu-jitsu style, kind of like tuck the elbow into the robe and kind of hold him there. And you're able to break away from that kind of force of magic that pulls you in. And eventually you do reach the top of that gorge, and you're out of it. And you've successfully gone over it.
Hey!
So congrats.
Single clap.
That could have been really bad.
I really could have.
That almost was.
That's instant.
I do want that crown more than I want a lot of things right now. Possibly even more than Lander, but I do want that crown.
Out of character, I was thinking the same thing.
Sorry, Butters, love you.
In character, I was thinking that.
All right. As the three of you reach the top of this gorge, you're gonna notice it's pretty much the same kind of landscape you were in before. A lot quieter. You do start to see other wyverns kind of like scoping out the area, but so high, like, you know, they probably don't notice or care that you're there. But you do see two of them kind of looping about, both males. Otherwise, there seems to be, like, on the left side of you, while you're facing the city tower, seems to be kind of a little bit of a forest. Like, it starts pretty sparse, but you can see it get pretty dense, and then that forest leads you all the way into the city. And it looks like it's where the Stampede looked like it plowed through a part of it. So there's like this big, like, just open gash, like Dragon Ball Z, like, through half of the forest. On the other side of you, it's just kind of barren landscape, very open. But there are some, like, sharp rocks that look like they were just thrust out of the earth. It almost looks like kind of whales, like, frozen as they were basking out of the water, but they're stones. You can go under some of them. And there's also floating kind of island rock faces as well. Not as many of them as in the other plane of hell that Calamity and Toddle you recognize. But a lot smaller. I would say a good, like, 300 feet up, though, above you. Then the city straight ahead.
DM. I know that that herd was running from. It seemed like they were running from the city, and that there was something happening in the city to make them an immovable herd move. Yeah. Do we notice anything? Like, since we're getting closer to the city, do we notice any?
Now that you mention it, you do note, and you don't need to roll for this. I mean, it's a big plume of, like, smoke.
Mm-hmm.
And you do notice a lot of them, like little strings of smoke kind of in the landscape to the left of the city. So it looks like the city is pretty freaking huge. So it's a few miles out, maybe right outside of the city. Seems to be where these fires are coming from.
Can I spot the tower from here?
Yeah. It's
Do
like the Salesforce tower. Like, it just penetrates everything.
Oh, it's just a big. Okay. Is it in the part of the town that there's smoke and, like, fires, or is it in a different part of the town?
It looks like outside of it. So it's a stone wall like city.
Mm-hmm.
And from what you've read, because you still have all that literature, and you see kind of an image. You saw an image of it in one of the tapestries too, that was hung up in that room where all the goodies were. There's a moat around the city, and you do need to take a boat across it. So there's so it's kind of on that outer rim, on that one side before the moat. So you would hit that before. But if you were to head there, like if you were to walk straight to the city now, you could. And you can avoid that area.
I'm going to look back at everyone on the bike. It looks like the tower that we need to go to isn't in the smoky area. I think maybe we can avoid the left side where things look bad.
I think that's best. Yes, no need to
Agreed.
involve ourselves with any trouble if unnecessary.
Toddle.
Yeah, I'm seeing that we do not have to enter the city directly from that.
Yeah,
where the
Toddle,
smoke is
as you're
coming
looking
from.
at the map now, you do see it's pretty open from here. The left side is pretty dense forest. You do see the moat in the city. And there's no indication of what could be on the outside of that though, so that must be new. But everything outside of that little forest area is just barren deadlands.
Yeah, we do not have to go that route. We can let's avoid the smoking plume.
Okay.
None of us can speak in wait, turns to everyone's like,
I'm trying to let everyone too.
No, I can't speak Infernal.
okay, well,
What can you speak?
I am fluent in Elvish.
gosh, Calamity, you can't just ask people what they can speak.
Oh, I can't. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend you. I'm sorry. I just thought. We were thinking that maybe I didn't mean. I'm sorry.
I take no offense. I'm fluent in Elvish. And Common, of course.
Okay.
And oddly enough, I also speak Goblin.
You speak Goblin?
A little bit of gobbledygook, yes.
Wow.
Kook.
I speak.
Wow.
Extracurricular in high school.
I speak my mother tongue, which is Sylvan, and then I can speak Halfling too. Halflings are typically nice.
Yeah, I could speak that of the Tinkerers, and that's about it. Sorry. I didn't pick up enough Infernal from Lander. He was the linguistic person.
Hey, no one knew you were
Of the
going to end
squad.
up in hell, okay?
Well, let's. I think we should just ride in casually, but not take attention, and just like I hear that I heard that if you go into big cities and you pretend like you belong there, then nobody really looks at you. But I should probably hide my ears.
Yeah.
I'd say it's a good idea. I don't know that there's many like you down here.
Should we go invisible?
I mean, if you can, I don't have that ability.
I can't do it.
I can make you. But I will be very tired after.
But what about the bike? We have to. Wait, can you do that?
Yeah, the bike is not invisible. Or wait! Pulls out the elixir I made.
Or wait!
You gonna use
I
it
can
now?
get us in there. I think this is a better time than any to make everybody invisible. Oh boy, I'm gonna be so out of spell slots. Okay.
Well, should we? Maybe we should wait until we definitely need it, because we might not need it. If we can just go to the.
It's an option. It's an option.
Okay. So just
You still
thinking
got a
ahead of
ways.
time.
You still got a good 30 miles to get there.
So just thinking ahead of time.
We take it now, it just runs out by the time we get there.
Right. Hour later.
So that's just something that we have to drink if we need to be invisible. Is
Well, no. And I just kind of like open up my hoodie and like look at all these like vials that have this like glowing. It's not quite liquid. It's not. It's kind of like a liquid solid. What is it? The plutonium It's just real thick and silvery, and it's
I don't know these words.
You think it's questionable for what I would do with this material, but
Calamity's gonna start rolling us in there. we're gonna
Slow start
the path. Yeah, just like.
Are you gonna go just straight through, or are you gonna kind of line the trees? Or are you gonna go through the forest? Or are you gonna?
I would like to go through the path in the trees, but
Okay.
maybe, if possible, try to stick to one side of the open path so that maybe we have like foliage or something in our way above us, so if people can like look down.
So I'll say
that's the idea.
It's a divot in the ground, so it's almost like it created like the bottom of a river. So I'll say you're kind of on the side of it, like on its bank. And you're driving through. You're gonna notice there are a lot of like little demony creatures, kind of all over, seeming to, because there's a lot of leftover magic in this trail, so a lot of creatures are drawn to it. And you'll see a lot of like little small ones, a lot of the newts, a lot of like bird-like looking creatures, a few vultures that you've seen before, a couple of creatures that look like they're made out of like lava rock, are just kind of sitting there and just kind of basking in this power. And so you're gonna kind of make your way around. It looks like there's another set of like cattle, but not the same. You know, they're more like deer, I guess you would find in the forest. Only these deer look like they're turned inside out. Like they're skeletons on the outside, and they're just made of like flesh. Their eyeballs are exposed. It's like you tore the skin off of a deer. And they're all like as if they're at a riverbank drinking water, but they're actually just like soaking up this energy and power.
Don't throw up.
That's a sight. We've seen some things, but goddamn.
So you're going through and getting an eye on all these. If you want to look around while you're in here, whoever's interested can roll investigation as you're traveling.
Yes.
You can also roll an Arcana check. You would get some information in this area, or you can do a history check. Up to you.
Fuck. I have a +8 in Arcana, and I got a 13. Are you kidding me? God damn it.
Welcome to my life.
Okay.
I mean, I'll roll. I have +1s in all of those things. Hey, 18.
Nice. Are you do investigation, history, or Arcana?
Investigation.
Nice.
I'm gonna do Arcana. My Arcana is 13.
13. What was your roll, Mackenzie?
I did an Arcana, and I'm also 13.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, all right.
Arcana's like, meh. I mean, 13. You kind of just get more of a general gist of this area. It looks like these trees in particular generate a lot of energy and magic. There's a lot of creatures that live in it, which I think is why, whether it's remnants of that or whether it's kind of an ecosystem, that exists. It looks like the city is pulling magic from this area, though, somehow. You don't know how, but it looks like it remains, usually when you're detecting this kind of stuff, it's like a series of waves. This is almost flatlined. Not like dead, but it's very even, it's very controlled. So you would assume that something's controlling the magic here. As far as your 18 investigation, you do see you do start to pass these trees that start to get wider as you go kind of closer to the middle of the forest. Mm-hmm. There's one tree that looks like it's splayed open, and in the trunk of the tree is just darkness, but there's a glimmer of something, like something shiny sits in that trunk of the tree.
Okay. I would like to walk closer to it to get a better look. And as I do, I draw my sword because I can actually use it to cast light. And so I'm going to cast light in this opening to see what is in there.
As he's getting off the bike, wait, where are you going?
Averon's going to step off, and your feet are kind of sink into the earth, it's going to look a lot softer than it looks. It looks like stone, but notice it's a type of moss that disguises itself like stone, but it's actually really plushy. Almost sets you off balance, but you gain your footing pretty quickly. And as Calamity's panicking, you point your sword into the middle of the trunk, and it is a sword that's sunk into the earth. It looks like the roots are starting to grow over the blade, and the blade itself is black. The hilt is black, and there seems to be what looks to be a serpent's eye. Looks like an eye, but it's a stone. Whatever the back of the sword is called, that little...
Pommel?
Yes, thank you.
There we go. Let's see. I'm just checking to see if I can detect anything on that. I don't have detect magic, though. I only have detect good and evil.
Good and evil?
Yeah.
I mean, indifferent.
All right. So it doesn't seem like there's any negative entities in this sword.
I mean, besides the evil that surrounds this entire area. Nothing
right.
unusual.
Okay. Well, then, very cautiously, I'm gonna put my regular sword back in its, scabbard. I'm gonna take my dagger out and just start cutting these like vines and things away from it so that I can take the sword out.
Okay. And you do, it's really kind of in there, so go ahead and roll a strength check.
Oh, I will.
Do it. Free sword!
Damn, that was not one of my better rolls.
What?
It's a 10 total. Actually, no, excuse me. I'm going to use my luck, which I got from the previous one. I'm going to re-roll.
Okay.
Okay.
Do it. Use it.
If it's still bad, let me
natural
know.
20.
Oh my god.
Yeah!
Thank you.
You pull that motherfucker out of the ground, and you notice the blade starts to disconnect in segments. When you pull it out, it whips like a whip and closes back together. And you've got yourself, sir, a snake sword.
Ooh.
You can use it as a sword and whip. It deals, they have the regular description on there. 1d6 slashing damage on a hit. We're going to double that, though, to 3d6 slashing damage. And that's it, yeah.
That's awesome.
I'm gonna need to inspect that later.
3d6 damage, snake sword.
See how it does that thing.
That's something to hold on to, for sure.
Yeah. You're doing that. Everyone's looking at that. What was Calamity doing?
Calamity
was doing an Arcana.
I rolled a check. I rolled a check, the same one that you did, but I got the same number. But I'm driving the bike and I'm kind of looking at Averon, like wondering what's happening.
And trees. We spotted the deer. So you and me are by these deer creatures that look real nasty. Okay. That's right. I was picking up this magic moss and putting it in my bag. That's right. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, it is moss. It is red moss. It retains water for a very long time. But that's all it does. But useful.
Is it kind of like a
substrate?
What is it called? A water sack? No. What is it called?
Water skin?
Yeah,
totally. You can use it.
How much do I grab, Anne? A handful.
As much as you want, honestly. This whole ground is covered in it. As much as
I'm gonna grab grab 3 pretty hefty handfuls.
The hefty hands. I posted the Nate free swords thing in the chat.
Free swords?
I love giving away free swords. There's like
free
all
swords.
this rail, like I've gone whole games without touching like one like super rare item or anything. That pisses me off. I'm like, I want to play. I want to get like the serpentine cloak. I want some rare shit. I want like, I want to back a whole
good.
thing.
We want to use the fancy stuff.
Use the shit. It was created for a reason. Anyway.
Use the fancy stuff, and then we'll die because you'll OP the monsters. Easy. Okay. Well, after I'm done collecting this crazy moss, I'm gonna continue guiding us around. I'm gonna be looking at the map and continue guiding Calamity to drive the bike and be like, go around there. Go that way. Go that way.
Oh, okay.
That way. No,
This
way.
is really stressful. Okay.
That way.
Calamity,
Sorry.
roll
And
a
by-
perception check.
And by this point, I've returned to the bike and climbed back on.
Nice, with double swords on.
Yay.
Indeed.
What am I rolling? Perception?
Perception check.
Where are you? It never moves. I don't know why I always lose. There it is. All right. That's going to be a total of 22.
Wow. You do notice this. It looks like something has noticed ever since a couple of you got off of the bike. It did catch some creature's attention, and it seems to be stalking you now. You don't know what it is. You know it's there. You can sense it's there about 20 feet behind you. But it's keeping up with your speed.
So my ears all of a sudden go, they like turn around to where I hear it, and I'm just going to whisper to. Actually, I'm gonna like kind of like hit Averon's gut because like I'm small, and then I'm like, Averon.
What is it?
I'm gonna like take his collar, just like gently kind of pull him pull him down. And there's something stalking us. I can hear it. Ooh, that music change. I don't like that.
Dong.
And I'm gonna be like, it's over there.
And so as he points, I kind of glance over and very slowly reach to my other side, that not my dagger side, but my other side where I have my hand crossbow. And I'm just going to slowly click a bolt into place.
And at that, the three of you, if any of you look, it's gonna reveal itself right behind you as it's gonna aim to pounce at you. And it looks to be very cat-like. It looks like almost like a black panther, or even, but thicker than that, wider, like a lion. And it has two tails that are whipping, kind of like they have a mind of their own. And at the end of each tail is a mouth full of teeth. And it's going to aim to pounce at you. And at that, we're going to end today's show. We'll see how that goes.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Fun shit. Anyway, yeah, that's the end of the show. Thank you so much, you guys. We'll see you next Monday.
Oh, wait. First,
we got a drawing.
Thank you for the
But
raid,
first,
DK.
Oh, there's a raid. What's happening?
Thanks, DKMC RPGs. Welcome. Thank you for the raid.
I believe I found you on Twitter. We stream D&D too, but we've been on hiatus. Oh. Bruh, welcome.
Oh. Greetings.
Welcome. Greetings. We want to check out your stuff too then. Welcome back from your hiatus.
Yeah. And also, we're about to call a giveaway for some dice. Enter exclamation point critical in the chat to enter into that list.
Yeah. What he said.
What he said. Well, that was stressful and fun.
Was it fun? I thought it was fun.
We had a lot going on today.
Always.
Yeah.
Always.
You had to make
There was some
distance.
bonding. There was some
There was some
tinkering.
bonding.
Yeah.
There was some emotions.
Main things today.
All right, so we've got 7 people in the giveaway right now. We have Sloth, we have Vada Monster, we have the Good Bean, we have Nick Passed Out, we have Butthole Baron, we got Tig, and we got DK. If anyone want to hop in, now's the time. I am picking my dice for this pool. What it has to be? What, a D8 for right now? Let's see. What color do y'all want for this dice roll for this giveaway?
Red for the red moss.
Red. Okay.
Red moss, red.
Okay, red. Here we go. So the closest thing that I have right now is the one that Anne got me. It's like it's black and blue, but it has
Ooh.
bright red numbers.
There we go.
Pretty. Pretty. Pretty.
That's all pretty.
It's so funny.
That's all pretty.
All right, so good luck, all. Let's see what we got. 7. DK. DK.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, there
Lucky
you
number
go.
7.
From your
Nice.
hiatus.
Yeah, free dice for you.
Aren't you glad you came in to watch us?
Oh, sorry, Kate the
Oh,
Great.
Kate.
Just dropped the winner.
Sorry.
We
Next
do-
time, Kate. Next time.
We do
just-
two giveaways every game, so
Yes.
join
so,
us. Or
winner-
Heroes of Salon is coming up soon.
So Heroes of Salon this week is off. This is their off week, but they're gonna be back next week.
So next Monday you can join our game again.
Yeah.
We'll enter you then.
The luck only gets better, right? That's what they tell me.
It's true.
DK, join our Discords and PM me GW. Hi. So I can get your info, where you want me to send your dice. And so now I'll give it to you, Anne, because I have to look for someone to rate.
Yes. Yes, do that. Join our Discord.
We have one of those. It's fun. Yes, Discord. Mm-hmm.
It's yeah. Yeah.
You're
I'm the
excellent.
worst.
Great job. Great.
Do the thing.
Fantastic.
Well, I can talk a little bit about the stream that I want to start on Fabled 42.
Oh, go for it.
Ooh,
Yeah.
It's called The Search for Planet Azad. I already have casted some folks, but I'm always casting, so if you're interested in joining the Fabled 42 network, could be quite fun. It's a series of...
It will be quite fun. Are you kidding?
Yeah, it's a series of mini-series. So it's usually... I think it's going to take place on a weekend day. But, one player with the same character will join a game and have 3 to 4 games a time, and then take a few months off, and that character can rejoin. And the idea is you have a new team every series, or every arch, or I call it story arches. But your character would be a bounty hunter in space. It's a futuristic in space 5e campaign that ever since what was the space one you guys were in on Fabled 42 with Chris?
Oh, that was Ashes of Ukador.
Yeah, Ashes of Ukador. Ever since then, I'm like, bruh. I watch a lot of science fiction. I read a lot of science fiction novels. I want to do this, and I fucking did. There's a couple of episodes on my channel, MC Dusty on Twitch, if you want to look up some past videos of the current team that's playing, which includes Eric Bra, also a homie of ours from back in the day. But if anyone's interested, we can Zoom chat, and we can figure something out. But I hope to start soon. I'm just trying to get everyone's schedules, because we have also not played for several months, so I have to get everyone back on board. But it should be fun.
Do you know if it's going to be Saturday or Sunday, or it just kind of depends?
I think it depends.
Okay.
I'm leaning, yeah, because there's one half that wants to do Sunday, and the other half wants to do Saturday.
Okay.
So
Of course.
it'll probably vary. Or I can do, yeah.
Excellent. Well, I know who we're rating.
Who are we rating?
Oh boy.
Mad Bird Streams, our friends. We haven't seen them in a while.
Aw.
Yeah.
Raid time. Mad boy.
Bird, you say? I hear the Crypt Creatures Crew really
Bird.
like birds.
Mad Bird Streams.
The bird people. That's us.
Burps. Oh, yeah, I see 'em.
When you guys get over there, be sure to say hi. Tell them we sent you. Ask
Yes.
them what's going on.
We're gonna raid in 5 seconds. Thank you so much for joining, you guys. We'll see you next Monday. Inhale!
Oh.
And then we raided.